Don't forget to subscribe, and turn the notifications. We upload daily. And check the source of this video to view all the images and videos if there was any. Media playback is unsupported on your device. Media caption: What do Trump supporters make of the family separations? Tens of thousands of people have joined nationwide protests across the U.S. over the Trump administration's strict migrant policy. More than 630 events were planned calling for migrant families split up at the U.S. border to be reunited. Some 2,000 children remain separated from their parents, despite President Donald Trump's executive order ending the controversial policy. He bowed to public pressure after weeks of domestic and international outrage. The order stopped children being taken from parents who face criminal prosecution as part of the president's policy of zero tolerance towards illegal crossings of the U.S. border from Mexico. Image copyright AFP. Image caption: The main gathering was in Washington, D.C. with some 50 events were taking place nationwide. Faced with a backlash, President Trump instead promised to keep families together in migrant detention centers. However, critics say the order did not address the issue of families already separated, with 2,342 children taken away from their parents between the 5th of May and the 9th of June alone. Media playback is unsupported on your device. Media caption: Veronica is terrified she'll be separated from her daughter when she seeks asylum at the U.S. border. Earlier this week, a judge in California ordered the families to be reunited within 30 days. It is likely to be one of the biggest protests over immigration, an issue that has proved deeply divisive under the presidency of Donald Trump. The BBC's David Willis reports from Los Angeles. What do the protesters want? People across many major towns and cities in the U.S. had been urged to gather under the slogan #FamiliesBelongTogether. Organizers say they want to send a message to President Trump, who they fear will go back on his executive order. We cannot slow down now since the court ruling alone isn't enough and could be overturned, the movement's website says. As well as reuniting parents with their children, organizers are calling for an end to immigrant detention, even when families are kept together, and also plan to voice opposition to President Trump's travel ban targeting 5 majority Muslim nations, which was upheld by the U.S. Supreme Court earlier this week. Demonstrations were also likely to focus on the shake-up of the Supreme Court after Anthony Kennedy announced his retirement last week, giving President Trump the opportunity to solidify a conservative majority on the country's top court. Much of the uproar over the separation policy came after news organizations reported children being held in cells, converted warehouses and desert tents around the country. Media playback is unsupported on your device. Media caption: Drone footage shows a tent city immigration center. President Trump on Saturday defended the agency that played a central role in carrying out the separations, the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE. He told its employees, "You are doing a fantastic job of keeping us safe by eradicating the worst criminal elements. So brave, who is taking part." Organizers issued instructions for people to dress in white, to represent peace and unity. The main march is in Washington, D.C., but one of the people behind the movement, Anna Galland, said separate events in 50 states in total were planned. Skip Twitter post by @AnnaGalland: There are now hundreds of #FamiliesBelongTogether events in *** all 50 states *** and seeing solidarity events pop up around the world. Thousands or tens of thousands of PPL already committed in D.C., Minneapolis, Nashville, Austin, Chicago, LA, NYC, many more. https://t. Co. 0 KCLXH Galb, Anna Galland, @AnnaGalland, June 22, 2018 report. Lead organizers of the march include the American Civil Liberties Union, the Leadership Conference on Civil Rights and the National Domestic Workers Alliance. A number of celebrities have also expressed their support, including actresses Julianne Moore, America Ferrera and Natalie Portman, and Lin-Manuel Miranda, creator of the hit musical Hamilton. Skip Twitter post by @Lin_Manuel cut vacation short so I could march with you all in DC tomorrow and boy am I glad to be back home. Pic. Twitter.com, SJ9MUOX6RK, Puerto Rico. Lin-Manuel Miranda white flag rainbow, @Lin_Manuel, June 30, 2018 report. It is not the first such protest to take place, with nearly 600 women arrested on Thursday during a sit-in at a U.S. Senate building against the government's migration policy. Actress Susan Sarandon was among those detained. Many were draped in foil sheets to highlight the flimsy bedding given to migrant children held in border detention facilities. What is the policy? President Trump's hardline immigration policy has a strong appeal amongst his key Republican support base. He has repeatedly defended his zero-tolerance policy, saying officials are just enforcing the law. Media playback is unsupported on your device. Media caption: I have no information on my son. One woman's story of being separated from her son under a crackdown rolled out in May. All border crossers, including first-time offenders, are criminally charged and jailed. Migrant children are not permitted to be incarcerated with their parents and are kept in separate facilities maintained by the Department of Health and Human Services. Under previous U.S. administrations, undocumented immigrants caught crossing the border for the first time tended to be issued with court summonses. But the Trump administration points out that most of those migrants never showed up for court.